Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, tonight's question: will Willow accept Nina's help? Now, from day one, Nina has pretty much made um Nina's life just terrible. Let's just put it that way. Was good Spider Quake, and ever since then, they really haven't been on good terms. And I don't blame Willow for not liking Nina. Um, Even during her pregnancy, she still found a way to just make her life just a mess, to put it lightly. And now tomorrow's question, now you got Sasha sitting there asking Willow, you know, are you not going to accept her help? And I'm like, is that even a question at this point? What's good to Havlin? What's good, Becky? What's good, Becky D? What's good, AJ? Thank you for joining. Dolly's in the chat. Spiderquake says, right now I'm playing WWE after my match. I'm going to text him. Okay. Dee Dee's in the chat. What's good? Nina's not a victim. Of course she is. Because, when in doubt, let's make this about Nina. Spiderquake says, also, I hope Will accept help. Yeah, me too. Blackmon's in the chat. Was good. Freddie is in the chat. How you doing, Blackmon? How you doing, AJ? Always up. My guy Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? Ron says I feel sorry for Alex, but he was scared of Chaz and Stephanie's relationship, friendship. Yeah, that's the whole mess. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't think that Stephanie's really worth all this trouble. Becky D says Nina always has to be the victim. Of course, she has to be the victim. She has to sit there and rewrite history. She always has to sit there, and this is just what she does. I'm glad you're doing good, Black Mon. CW's in the chat. I'm doing very well. I love what I do. Jay Carly is in the chat. Jay Carly says, I'm hoping that Dr. O is the mattress to Nina. She will emotionally blackmail Willow. I can see her doing that. Spider Quick says Carly is playing victim, like how people say Nina does, so nobody can say nothing. Yeah, I mean Carly's just as guilty at this point. She's and what kind of annoys me is the fact that Carly's not there being super defensive. Now AJ says if Willow wants to live, then she needs to accept Nina's offers. Nina may be the only one to save her life. Exactly. It's about her kids. Monique is in the chat. Monique says Willow would probably rather die than accept Nina's help. Well, if she does, then I mean, one, she may wind up killing her unborn baby, but two, um, you know, watching Wiley grow up. Jessica's in the chat. Was good. Thank you for joining, Jay Carly. Dee Dee says, part of the reason Carly kept it quiet was because of revenge. Exactly. Let's just be real. I don't care if you like Carly or not. We all know why she did it. Jessica, what's up? Karen's in the chat. Freddie is in the chat. Freddie says, God bless Martin Luther King Jr. on this very special day. Somebody actually said to me, Happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like somebody literally said that to me, and I was just like, I didn't even know how to react to that. I was just like, did he really just say that to me? Hippies in the chat was good. Hippie says that would be great if Octo says it. Dolly says, I'm glad Sonny called Carly out. She hit exactly. Is that Dolly? The fact that Carly got so defensive, it was like, are you kidding me? Kai Wen is in the chat. Kai Wen says, "Can something for I don't know what that means. It sounds like it says Tylenol." Um, Ron says, "So Taylor rather confess to going to jail, even though she does. That won't matter because Sheila will still be free." Exactly. I honestly tell you the truth, Ron. It almost felt like it was actually kind of on Rewind. It seemed like it was on rewind with days today. Mike Quick says it looks like Drew and Carly are getting back. Hmm. I don't know. I think he just didn't like Sonny getting up in her face. Someone says, "What is the best looking days? What is the best looking days off? Like the best days character?" I'm glad you was able to join, Hippie. I know we got a time difference, so like you're on point. Monique said Drew was only mad for a hot second. He defended her to Sonny something Jason would do. Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of an instinct thing. J. Carly says, I think Carly did it to protect Willow and hurt Nina too. Yeah, but it was more about hurting, maybe in the beginning. Victoria's in the chat was good. Victoria says, hi, everybody. I don't think Willow will be upset with Carly, but Michael will be. Hopefully he will. Jessica says, Michael didn't even seem to be mad at Carly. I think he was just kind of, um, he didn't like the fighting and stuff like that type of energy. I hope he does get mad at him later on. What's good, Janet? Thank you for joining. Dolly says Sonny called Nina out for her stuff when he first came from the floor. The issue was Carly wanted more and Sonny wanted to move on. That is very true. CW says Sonny should keep his mouth shut because he's far from innocent in this whole mess. He is, but you know, oh, I mean, this is more no. I gotta disagree with that because Carly was the one that was holding that secret. That's on Carly. Sonny just pointed out what Carly did, which is what everyone in the chat is practically doing. Um, we can tell Sonny to shut up for a lot of things, but the whole Carly situation, nah, that is 100% on her. Diddy says that's right. He didn't like Sonny getting up in her face, so he had to defend her, but probably completely agree. Yeah. J. Carly says Michael had been with all three sisters. That is very true. I mean, maybe in the distant future, he may actually wind up being with Nina. He may. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good? Karen, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. I mean, don't be too surprised if we didn't sit there and see, if we don't see Michael and Nina at some point. I mean, dude's already hitting up the family tree. Why stop now? I don't think that's a good idea, Ron. It's Ron. It's funny that you say that because I feel I have this feeling that you just want Taylor to go to jail and Sheila to sit there and turn around. But that's like that's the exact opposite of what Sheila should do. Like this is the best position that she's in. Put them in jail is not going to do anything. I mean, it's going to do something, but then they'll just sit there and testify. So they're right back to square one. That's the problem. That's the problem with that theory, Ron. He says Harmony wanted to keep it a secret. Not that it should matter after the murders. Yeah, it shouldn't. Dolly says Carly is mental. I would never understand how she or Willow think Nina is a bigger danger than Harmony. Harmony literally set her up to be assassinated by Shiloh. Yeah. Apple was in the chat. What's good, Apple? Johnson says, I enjoy seeing Will smile when he. Yeah, my dude was smiling ear to ear. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'll say this. When Sonny found out what Leo did, this is the type of reaction that I expected from Nina versus Carly. This is the type of reaction I felt that I want to see in Gabby and Shen. Like this dude he wasn't just mad, he was hurt. There was tears in his eyes. You can feel that. Okay, Sonny and Leo killed it in the scene, and the build up between Carly and Nina and that secret dropping wasn't even a fraction of what I saw today. Not even a fraction, and that's sad. Makai's in the chat. Was good, Makai? Freddie says Portia really needs to look in the mirror, see herself, how much of a hypocrite she is, keeping the sick, and she's been carrying for 19 years. That's right. But see, this is the problem, though. And I said this in my review. Anna's in the chat. What's good, Anna? This is the problem. I don't know how much of a bombshell this is actually this is gonna be. Anna says today's episode was a hit as miss. Oh, a hit and a miss. Yeah, I agree with that. John says, "What did you think of when Sarah?" Oh, Jonathan, when I saw that, here's the thing: when I saw that she was going to put him in the shower, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen because Bonnie was sitting there convincing um, Sarah to sit there and give him another chance, and I'm like, "What kind of crap is this?" So I knew that was going to happen. Gloria's in the chat. What's good, Gloria? I like saving challenges, aka Gloria. Yeah, Victoria, it was good seeing the OG tagger. Okay, not dollar store tagger, not Walmart tagger. I mean OG tagger. And when he was like, "Oh, no offense, but Trina's not your daughter," it was like, bro, you have no idea. And the fact that both of you two idiots actually trusted her, as far as, oh well, she said it was Taggart, so we're just gonna both believe her, is probably this one of the dumbest things I heard. Krista's in the chat. What's good, Krista? Ethel says Curtis couldn't sit on that info. Sit on what info? Joey says Sarah is starting to come across as a little clown on this whole walking in on Xander and Gwen thing was so yeah, that's exactly what I was telling Jonathan. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. Parents says the whole Willow and Nina reveal was it was disappointing. Now, of course, people are sitting there thinking, well, it's going to get better as the show move on. But the thing is, it should have started off super crazy and then kind of move from there. Not this whatever that people think that they're going to be doing. Krista says Carly and Nina are essentially the same character and are completely interchangeable. I don't know about that. Carolyn says, can you set an alarm for a half an hour because of the year? I don't know what that means. Johnson says, I remember Nina mentioning to Willow that she and her have the same eyes. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, at this point, see, that was another thing that was kind of a disappointment. It was. Now, Anna says, if Willow resists Nina help further, here's everyone will convince her to get the transplant for her children. Yeah, and unfortunately, it shouldn't have to come to that. It shouldn't have to sit there and take a village to tell Willow that if you don't do this, you're gonna die and you need to do this. Because if that happens, Anna, I'm gonna have to sit there and roast my girl Willow. Yo, Baruch, is it? Ro broke. Yo, Baruch is in the chat. What's good? I cannot pronounce that for life. Cat lady's in the chat. I know that your birthday was yesterday, but let's give a happy birthday to the cat lady. Well, belated birthday to the cat lady. How you doing, yo, Brooke? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Or if you have a nickname that you want me to call you, I will call you that. Isaiah's in the chat. Isaiah says, I don't think Willow at all. I don't like Willow at all and really only find Nina okay. So I don't care what she chooses. Keep that same energy, Isaiah. Johnson says, I think Willow will accept the bone marrow despite how she, hopefully she will. Hopefully a little bit of common sense will just go in there. Krista says Willow had a valid point asking Nina what's her price. No, I totally get that. Given everything that she has done to her, yeah, and I totally agree with that. I'm like, at the end of the day, is life or death. So all that talk, all that yin yang. Which, by the way, again, I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of disappointing too. But maybe she just was so sick that she just didn't really care, and she couldn't give a better reaction. Nora says, I don't want Taylor to be going to jail. I mean, could Sheila just do that to get back at Steffi? Ron, I can settle for that. I can settle for that, but I don't know. I feel like just having more leverage is just more fun. But I feel your energy, Ron. And Dolly says Willow is resisting Nina's help to show us that Willow can be just as irrational as her mom. Hmm. Dolly says, okay, we'll message you want anything that you would like to her. I'm not trying to be rude. I really don't understand what you're saying. And I get that because you're from, like English isn't your first language, I'm assuming. So I get it. It's just I'm not trying to be rude. I don't understand what you're saying, Kylan. Um, I wish I could. Catley says Willow can at least take the help, then she can be done with her until she forgives Nina. Yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, you got time for this. You don't got no time for that. Johnson says one thing about Nina is she going to love Willow unconditionally because she's her daughter. Yeah, and it's so funny too because even I was watching a little bit of Dion's Corner, and ever since Willow came into the show, people kept sitting there saying that's going to be Nina's daughter. That's going to be Nina's daughter. That was about 2 years ago when she started this. When she started, or was it three? I forgot how long, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Krista says, I think Nicholas is going to call Elizabeth's mother, Caroline, to erase Esme's memories. Oh, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was gonna be like, I was not there thinking that she was gonna kill him. I'm gonna be honest. I was not there thinking that Nicholas was gonna find a way to kill him. And Ron says, I was pissed at Abby for saving Billy because I'm confident that Adam would have given him the beat down he deserves. It's kind of odd, Ron, because I'm looking at that. I was like, I don't know if both of them can actually fight. In all reality, I don't know if Billy can fight, and I don't know if Adam can fight. I just know that Adam was annoying the hell out of me today. With Victor, because here's the thing: at some point, you got to sit there and try to meet these people halfway at the very least. And the fact that it's like it doesn't matter what Victor says, he's wrong. Victor can sit there and save a school, a bus full of children going to Sunday school, and Adam will still find a way to drag him through the mud and talk bad about him. And I'm just like, bro, what what can this dude ever do to appease you? I'm not saying that Victor is a good, well, a good person or have good motives and stuff. I'm like, damn, bro, like, can you just like cut this guy a break for once? Knowing what he did, knowing what he grew up with, and I'm like, would you want your son treating you the same way that you treat Victor? Like, it's just something to me that's just fundamentally wrong. What's good, Nate? Big Nate is in the chat. Helen says, okay, Nina lie to know more than she likes to. Willow has a daughter. I don't know what that means. Freddie says, after watching today's scene between Michael and Sonny, it seems like Michael kind of softened a bit toward. He did, Freddie, but it would have been nice if you would have at least said, okay, well, thank you for the talk, or thank you for just listening, or something like that. He didn't even acknowledge that. He just looked at him and just walked off. And I'm like, literally at the end, I was just like, wow, that was kind of a dickish move. You've been literally calling this man all sorts of names, stopping him interfering with his business. He still sat there and reached out and talked to you. And what did you do? You talked and then you just walked away hmm, like really, bro? Catley says, yes, I remember Willow Reach reaction when she saw the necklace that Nina pulled out. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I think she's been on the show longer. Now, Dolly says, I think Nina has always known Willow was a daughter. Deep down, she bullied Willow just like her mom bullied her. That's a very good comparison. I didn't think of that. I did not think of that. Victoria said, Willow asking what you want, exchange for the bone arrow was funny and sad. Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, tomorrow seems like it's going to be a good episode. I can't believe we got to sit there and wait until Valentine's Day for this whole reveal, with Curtis and Trina to come out. And granted, we're all speculating that this is going to happen, on their wedding day, but no one knows for sure. I mean, does anyone actually know for sure that that's literally how it's going to drop? And how you doing tonight, Nate? J. Carter says, I was thinking that too about Nicholas. He's going to find a doctor to make her forget. Hmm. Yeah, Jay Carly, because Nicholas was asking Liz about what happened and everything. And, Liz was like, oh, yeah, my mother made me forget. So, yes. Nakawa says, Selena's life no more than life. I don't know what that means. CW says, Madeline West, a.k.a. Oh, yeah, no, she definitely was. And that's the thing. Like, as much as I don't like Nina, no one deserved what Nina went through. No one. No one. Not one person. That's true, Apple. That's true. And so, I mean, we can safely assume that that's going to happen. Johnson says, I'm looking forward to seeing how Dr. O welcomes Willow to the family. Hmm. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. It always made me wonder, is she actually going to be on the show more? Dr. O. Holbrick. Ryan says, so if it does, so if Lee does lose her medical license and goes to jail for faking a death, certified because Sheila reported her to the police, what will Finn and the others do or say? Nothing. But she won't really have any power over them. And that's the thing that you keep, you're not. I think you're ignoring at this point, Ron. I don't think it's not that you don't know, you're just ignoring it. Jolie says Nina and Willow interaction are, yep. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? CW says, well, it makes sense because it would be in February sweeps week. Yeah, sweeps week. I mean, February sweeps period. Yeah. Well, Freddie, you guys have to remember how they, yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. But I'll sit there and tell you this much, though. Last year, their whole sweeps week was weak. Was weak. Super, super weak. I feel like this year, at least with General Hospital, I have to have my expectations really low because I just don't like. I don't know. Nate says I don't like how they're dragging that storyline about Nina's dad. Trina's dad. Let's see what happens already. Exactly. And then when they do it, we just gotta hope that it's good. We gotta hope that this reveal is good. Yeah, it's gonna come out, but is it gonna be good though? You know. Freddie says, well, at least Nina had a chance to meet her other daughter, if though it's on Harvard Times right now. Yes, that's true, Freddie. But I'm not gonna lie, when Nina walked out her room and walked into Sonny was like, I felt my daughter and she hates me, and then she started crying in Sonny's arms. I was like, who's actually feeling sorry for her at this point? Like, this is who's actually feeling sorry for Nina crying because her daughter hates her? Really? I genuinely want to know. Now, of course, Johnson says, let's not forget Willow's uncle's a vampire. That's very true. I don't know what you're saying. Dolly says today's YouTube channel just posted this great villainous chat between Kristen, Gwen, and Megan Hathaway. Okay, I gotta sit there and check that out tonight. Oh, have you? You never watched Port Charles before? Karen says Michael disrespects the Sonny is really getting on my last nerve. Exactly, Karen. He couldn't even bother to sit there and say thank you for listening or thank you for being cool or anything. He just walked off. Like, wow. Now, Monique says my prediction at the wedding for Curtis and Portia before the truth comes out that Trina Portia will. Yeah, honestly, tell you the truth, Monique, I would not be surprised. I really would, and that would be disappointing. But that would be right up on GH alley. I would expect that from GH. Now, Daisy Flower says Sonny needs to keep his damn mouth shut. Why does Sonny need to keep his mouth shut? Like seriously, why does? I mean, especially him confronting Carly. Well, yeah, cat lady, you have a big heart. So you have a big heart. I don't understand why Sonny needs to keep his mouth shut and not the fact that Carly should have just told the truth a while ago. Maybe not after Willow's like I don't want to know who my mother is, but the minute that she did, because Sonny didn't have the same energy for Nina. you're you're right about that, Jessica. Okay, I can understand where Daisy Flowers coming from. Okay, all right. And Johnson says, yeah, I saw it. It does look good, Johnson. It does. Now, Anna says, I do agree with you about the bullet going up to the end of storylines that go bust. Exactly, Anna. Days actually did a good job with Leo and Sunny today. And, the yelling and the tears and everything like that. This is what I expected from um from Nina and Carly. Shane, what happened? Yeah, what happened with the collab? That's what I forgot. I was like, today's the 16th. So yeah, Shane, what happened with Danny Bear 87? What happened with the YouTube? What happened with the video? Let me know. Now, Dolly says I feel sorry for Nina. She got some serious medical health issues that keep. And Dolly says I feel sorry for Nina. She got some serious mental health issue that keeps getting in her own way. Yeah, maybe I'm just a dick. I accepted that a long time ago. I see what you're saying, though, Dolly. But I don't know. I know she got some mental health issues and everything like that, but when Nick says Sonny is a lot of things, but the one thing he never done was deny a child his mother, no matter how much he may have hated her. That's true. It was a great collab talking to her. No, no, but what happened? Okay, no, Cheyenne, but what happened to the video though? Double season chat actually had a great weekend. Um, Me, Brock TV, and DC, we did a collab, so that was a lot of fun. Now Johnson says Carly has been giving Sonny and Nina grief for months, and she's been keeping this use. Exactly. You know what? I will sit there and say this about Sonny. You know, when somebody, I think it was Daisy Flowers, like, you know, Sonny needs to keep his mouth shut. I mean, one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other, though. You know, so one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. Yes, Nina, I don't. Okay, hold on, let me read Ruth's comment. Open his mouth and tell Carly to shut up. I'm so glad you. I don't know what that means. Um, yes, Sonny didn't have the same energy for Nina that he had for Carly. Okay, fine, I get that. But these are two completely different. You know, these are two completely different instances. Or Travois is in the chat. Was good, Travois, and Latasha is in the chat. Latasha says, "Where was the same energy from Sonny when Nina didn't tell him?" No, I get that. I do. Eagle Fang is in the chat. What's good, Eagle Fang? Diddy Flaw says it's basically the same thing. Hmm. I guess. Okay, I can see. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. No, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I just, I love the energy between the three of us, and just our different perspectives. So that, it was a fun time, and I'm glad a lot of people actually was able to join. And you know what, Daisy Flower, Jessica, and Letitia, Latasha, you're not wrong. So I will give y'all that. Y'all not wrong. Yeah, no, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So we definitely gonna sit there and do something like that again. We definitely will. Um, it's just so crazy because it's like we had to wait until after the holidays and everything. But yeah, now Eagle Fangs was you let down, but yeah, I was Eagle Fang, and I did sit there and try to look at it like, well, Willow's sick, and so she may not have the energy to have a huge reaction. But I will sit there and say it was kind of a letdown. It was. But also, Eagle Fang, I would sit there and say this. This year, my expectations for GH is low. So if they do anything out the ordinary, I'll be happy. But yeah, no, Jessica, Latasha, and Daisy Flower, I will give you that. You are definitely right on that. So you know what it is? I guess it was just kind of annoying that Carly still was meant there trying to act, have an attitude and everything like that. Like she was in the right of it. Um, Especially when it came towards that secret. She was all like, "Oh, shut up, Sonny." It was like, no, 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 no. I mean, Sonny, yeah, I get that, but you're not right though. Carly, like you're not right in the situation. Ruth said, "What happened to the gloves are coming off. Go down Harley and Marlena DC, the justice of." Yeah, Eagle fan. Exactly what I said. Kyrie's is in the chat. What's good, Kyrie's? Now, Victoria says, I do wish Phyllis was involved in the reveal, but Carly was all that was needed since she did an unauthorized DNA test. I forgot about that. She did. Now, Eagle fan says, just as Sonny was going to blast her, Michael dragged Sonny out the way. I was like, yeah, I saw that. I was like, Michael pulled Sonny to the side like he was a 5-year-old child. Like, yo, listen, you're not gonna sit there and embarrass me in the store. Okay, that's what Michael did. That's what Michael did to Sonny. I was like, bro, you serious? Lady Flower says he went on of a second. She isn't right, but that's none of Sonny's business. Well, I'll just tell you the truth, Lady Flower, and we can agree to that. Colin says call Spencer and the soul. I don't know what that means. Um Traverse said call CPS. Hippie said Carly didn't get as ugly as she should have. That's what I'm saying. But Nina is taking everything from Carly. Well, all right. You know what, Hippie? Jakaris is in the chat. What's good, Jakaris? I wouldn't sit there and say everything, Hippie. Sunny, okay. The hotel, no, that was on Carly. Okay. As much as I like Carly, Carly messed up on that. That was on Carly. Her losing her hotel was on her. I'm good, Jakaris. How have you been? How have you been? How's life and everything like that going for you? Rob says Spencer custody battle will make Heather kill again. Double C says, what you people talking about? This has everything to do with Sonny. Nina's girlfriend, Carly, was in the wrong for keeping the secret. Which said, well, I think. Now, Kyrie says Spencer could barely change his shirt, let alone change diapers. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Kyrie. I think he's doing it just out of spite for Nicholas. He says he wants to save him, but yeah. But you know what, Kyrie? I would sit there and say this much: he has money, so he can always pay people to sit there and take care of a child. Bruce says, "Well, I think he had a lot of energy." Jakar says, "I'm tired. I tried to feel sorry for Nina, but I can't." Natasha said, I don't think what." Okay, Jakar, that's all right. I'm looking forward to it then. I'm looking forward to it. So, when you put out a new video, I'm gonna sit there and let people know about it. Monique says, saw the week previews for GH and Willow had the face of contention. Was she angry or trying to take a? Probably both. I mean, I can do both of those at the same time. I don't see why she can. Didi says Nina keeping the hotel is on Nina. She want to do it as revenge. Yeah, I get that, Didi, but you got to sit there and remember that Nina wouldn't even have the opportunity to get that hotel if it wasn't for Carly um, doing something that both Drew and Michael told her not to do. I mean, Didi, at the end of the day, we can blame Nina for a lot of things, but we cannot blame. And you know what? No. Even Nina wanted to give Carly back her half of the hotel, but Carly didn't want it. She didn't want to sit and accept help from Nina. So again, this is really all on Nina, if we're gonna be honest. I mean, on Carly, if we're gonna be honest. Harry says Spencer's not is still not responsible though. I don't trust him. Yeah. Hmm. But you know what, Kyrie, if he pays the right people, I think the baby will be fine. I don't think he can take care of a baby, but he can hire smart people to do it. Okay, yeah, I heard you was feeling. I heard you was feeling sick, Jakaris. I'm glad you are feeling better now. I'm glad you are feeling better. Cheyenne says Jason is still looking great after all these years playing his role. Yeah. No, but Cheyenne, what happened with the collab? What happened with the video collab? I might have missed it in the chat, but let me know what happened with the video though. Did you do it on your like? Did you do the video on your channel or did you do it on her channel? That's what I want to know. I'm waiting for that. Dolly says Carly grieved Sonny for a year, and when he came back, she wanted space. She wanted work out her feelings for Jason. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Sonny was well, you know, it has to sit there and rush that. Let's be honest. Eagle fan says Victor versus Ryan Chamberlain sighting. Oh yeah, no, I watched Days to Cars. I didn't get a chance to do a review, but I watched it. It was good. It was good. It was actually the best one out of all the four. It was the best one. I'm actually going to be honest. I think Y&R was actually better than GH today. In all reality, I really do. I think that Y&R was actually better than GH today, and that's saying something. Now, Hippie says Nina buying. I was an intentional jab. She wanted Carly to suck up to get it back. Maybe she should have. I don't know. It's a soap. Carly shouldn't have been in Sandra. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, Heavy. I was like, we can't blame all that, on Nina. Johnson says I'm looking forward to this Stephen Lee showdown on days. Oh yeah. Yeah, because Stephen does really seem like a hothead too. Now Digiflow says I can't wait to see Sonny's new business blow up in his face. Okay, somebody clearly does not like Sonny. But we all have characters that we like and don't like. Becky D says, I saw the preview today. It looks like Ryan Chamberlain stood up and had Ava. Oh, I did. Okay, I gotta sit there and watch those previews again because I don't remember that. Maybe that's a dream. Yeah, she did. You know, as to tell you, I can't. And I said this in my collab with yeah, Robbie, what's good today? Um, that's funny, hippie. No, no, no. Cheyenne says streamer did not upload it onto YouTube due to technical issues. Really? That sucks. So wait, Cheyenne, but you still have it. You still made the video though, right? Like, do you still have it saved? Because I want to watch. I want to watch this. Okay, cool. So yeah, Cheyenne, whenever you can, upload it because I want to take a look. I want to see it. I forgot what the hell I was saying. But yeah, no, Ron, it was actually good today. Lionel has actually been killing it. I will sit there and say that, Rob. Rob says, I want to know if Jack is going to prison. You know, when Summer was like, you know, she saw the necklace and she was like, did you steal the necklace? And everyone just stopped and just looked at her like, yes, like Summer comes across as such a dingbat, like such an idiot. Monique says anyone ever watched Criminal Minds? They had a good character, a villain named Mrs. Scratch. Kind of reminds me of Helena Casa. You know, I watched a couple of episodes, Monique, of that show. I was like, what in the world is going on? All I said was chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to connect. All right, Cheyenne. Let me know when you're gonna re-upload it though, because it's hard for me to sit there and believe that it didn't go through for technical reasons. Yeah, Cheyenne. I want to see this video. And Freddie says if anyone still cares about the Hook story, good for y'all, but I don't anymore. It was a complete letdown after the whole Heather being revealed as the Hook Killer story. The story just flopped. Hmm. Cat Lady says Becky. Monique says with Victor online are loving his children come with conditions. Oh, why his love comes with conditions? Yeah. No, I get that. I do. But I just feel like, the couple of problems that I have with the relationship, Monique, is that I haven't really watched it as long as other people, you know. So a lot of people always sit there rooting for Adam, sit there saying that, Victor's a bully and everything under the sun. When I started watching it, it's just like Victor can do no wrong. I mean, Victor like can't get anything right. Doesn't matter what he does, what he says, he is wrong all the time, and like that's just how it's gonna be. Johnson says, "What if the real Sonny was?" Yeah. Anna also says the Hulk storyline was another bust. Bruce says, "If I'm honest, Brian would beat pictures, and I don't know what that means." Um, Yeah, Dolly yeah, there's still there's still a killer running around Port Charles, and people are still walking outside, by themselves and everything. Now Becky D says, "I thought it was Ava. It was Ava was right at the end, and then yeah, I gotta sit there and watch. I gotta watch the previews again." Now Black Mud says, Summer sure does. Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, when she was like, "Did you did you steal my grandmother's jewels?" And I'm just like, I'm looking at her and I'm like, how does this woman actually tie her shoes? How does she actually qualify for doing anything at that job? It's just something that's just like she comes across. It's hard to describe Summer, but safe to say, I don't like her. Um, and people always sit there saying, "Well, the other Summer was better." I'm like, what's the difference? They still give them both the same material. Like, who cares at this point? Monique says, watch YNR from 2008 when Adam first came to Juneau City to now. You will see that relationship between. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Monique. Because I've been watching a lot of old stuff of YNR lately, and it's been amazing. Then Traverse said instead of suing for custody of as baby Spencer should report Nick and oh no, Traverse. Because then he gets put in the system, and that's just uh no. You don't want us to think down that route of foster care. Not that everyone has bad experiences, but still. And Kerry says, "Do you think Tucker was being genuine with Devontae?" He was. Here's the thing, Kerry. I think the problem with Tucker is that he is a habitual screw up. He has the right. He's one of those people. Is like his heart is in the right place, but he goes about it in such a terrible way that it's like if you would have came to him over time and be like, hey, son, I really want to work with you and this, that, and the third. But like he tries to find these shortcuts to get things done and he goes behind people's back and he lies to people's faces, and then he apologizes afterwards, which he's sincere about, but it doesn't matter, you know? So yeah, I just think he's a perpetual screw up. Now, Justice says, I can't wait to see Steve confront Kristen. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Becky D says yes. Yeah, I don't get that, Becky D. I don't know how this chick actually ties her own shoes. Okay. Let alone just run to fashion houses. This is just ugh. Now Double C said GH is way better than YNR. YNR, we got Adam still at odds with his family. Lily and Billy are boring AF, and Phyllis is annoying since the 90s. You know, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Double C, I like GH better than YNR, but sometimes when I sit there and I look at these episodes, it's like, you know, some episodes are just better than others throughout the days. Like Days was a better episode than GH today. GH was in third place. The only thing that GH was actually better than was being big. Davlin says, I believe that there's more than what. Yep. I think that's the general consensus. And you know what? Let's do a poll tonight. Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? Jessica, I think Ryan may sit there and help her. I mean, the dude's like a doctor or something. He knows something about medicine or something. Because that is a good question. It's like, how are you just going to sit there and just get that out? So, do you believe in the chat? Let's ask the chat. Is there more than one hook killer? Johnson says Days is where the excitement is at. Yeah, probably, Jonathan, probably. But I definitely would sit there and say Days is that show. Kyrie says, I think it's disgusting how so many Facebook fans attack. I agree with that. It's one thing to attack the cat. Yeah. Kyrie, it's I did a video a while back. So it has some sort of fan event, right? And like fan meetup. And these people were vicious with Cindy Wise. And I mean vicious with her. It was literally just awful, you know? And I wound up doing a video about that because I was just like, you people have lost your minds, you know? Even 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 the actress that played Courtney, Sonny's sister, somebody walked up to her in the grocery store and were going at her because they didn't like the fact that she was going out with Jason. And I'm like, you do realize that it's a fictional show, right? Like you're aware of that. So yeah, no, I agree, Kyrie. Some people are just nuts. And it's kind of scary, but it's also kind of sad though, you know? Daphne says, does anyone know if Brooklyn is pregnant? That would be an interesting twist. Now, Johnson says Cindy Watts was on Why Not. What? Oh, that's crazy. That's interesting. Johnson, that's interesting. Tanya's in the chat. Tanya says, I think Young and the Restless is good. It is good, Tanya. I've only been watching it for like a year straight, like serious watching it. And I gotta say, again, as much as I love GH, YNR was the better episode of today. Now we'll see how it unfolds tomorrow. But YNR was the better episode today. I think I'm gonna sit there and in this poll. Wow. So 71%. Oh wait, so far it says like 71% said that 71% of the people in the chat think that there's more than one hook killer. Yeah, no, Jonathan. Also, she was also in YNR, right? I mean, she was also in God and Light, right? Wasn't Cindy Watts and Laura Wright also on God and Light? Guiding Light. Dolly says it's funny you mentioned that the actors who played Gwen and Krista were saying how fans insulted their bodies when they went to bash their characters. Gwen and Kristen. Hmm, that's crazy. You know, people are absolutely nuts. Um, Dolly, it's funny that you mentioned Lost because I was like, what? She was on CSI Vegas? Tom? How you doing, Tom and Tanya? Monique said, yeah, she played Kelly on YNR. She was a snitch. She was Stitch's sister. She was involved with Jack. Had a one night stand with Billy. I would sit there and say Jack got around back in the day, but I'm pretty sure everyone got around back in the day. Tom, I think that was like the one other show I want to sit. Well, because I used to love watching CSIs. Miami was my favorite, and then it was New York. Um, but Miami was the only one that I've actually watched like every single episode from start to finish. And one day I actually want to finish watching the other ones as well. But Vegas is such a hard one to sit there and watch because they literally went through like three different people. When you got Tony, what was his name? What's the guy that did Cheers? Ted Danson. When you got Ted Danson or Ted Danson, whatever his name is, playing a CSI character, there's something that's just fundamentally off. I didn't watch it, but it just feels off. Um, Tony, Tanya Tanya says I think Cindy Watts is good as Nina. No, she is. She is. It took me, Tanya. It took me maybe a while to get used to her because I was so used to Michelle, but she made the character her own, and I loved it. Billy says she played the young version of Selena's grandma on Gossip. Dolly, I'm not gonna lie, I used to love Gossip Girl. Like dead serious. One Tree Hill and Girls, Gossip Girl on my show, the original Gossip Girl. Ron says Phoenix says yeah, I know. Makes sense, Ron. Monique says New York CSI was my favorite. Mac and Stella. Uh Stella. I actually like Mac though too. After all, Monique. I didn't know what to think of him because he seemed like he was very like he can come across as very like uptight and stuff, but I actually really didn't like Mac and Stella was just. Then they got rid of her. They bring in somebody else, and I was like, "What in the hell are they doing?" Now Anna says, "I like CSI Miami the best because it seemed totally." Oh yeah, and because it came across more as like very flashy, almost comic book like. It always looked like everyone was like dressed to kill, like everyone was just getting ready to go out on a nightclub, but they were just solving crime. And I will say this. In the beginning, when I watched CSI, I used to laugh at everything that Horatio would say because it came across as so cringy. But after a while, like when I really got into it, somehow his lines just worked and it became less cringy. I don't know if I was brainwashed after watching it, but they just started to work for me. Monique says, "What if the hook killer is really a man?" But uh, I can see that we really just want. I can say in the chat that we really just want anybody else other than Heather to be the hook killer. Freddie says, "I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron one day dressed as Dax and Josh found out." But oh, see, Dax, yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, no, Valerie, yeah, no. Cam can't beat Dax. Monique says, "What CSI was?" Oh, just the original CSI or Vegas. Monique, he was on there. I think you had I can't remember the first guy, but then you had what you call it. Then you have Lawrence Fishburne, and I was like, okay, all right, fine. And then he put Ted Danson in there. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing at this point? But to be fair, I didn't watch it, so. But no, Valley, yeah, definitely mop the floor with that dude. He would mop the floor with Cam. I don't know what that means, Kaiwan. Johnson says I really hope they don't push Sarah and Xander back together. It's just going to be the same nonsense. Yeah, I don't get the point of them. I really don't. Dolly says in college when Horatio will put on the sunglasses, we take a uh those sunglasses. But it's funny though too, because like as much as cringy as it was, it made sense when you start to think about it. He was from New York, okay? Miami is like sunny and hot like all the time. So it made sense for him to actually put on like there was an episode where he first came to Miami and he just was not used to the sun being so bright like 24 hours practically. There was two episodes that I really liked. And I remember one of them was called All In, and I can't remember what the other episode was called. Kyrie says Kristen. Oh no. Freddie says Albert. Don't get it twisted. Looks can be deceiving. That's true. That's true. But I mean, Freddie, I'm gonna be honest. Dex is in the military. I'm pretty sure he knows how to fight. Cam may be a scrapper. Don't get me wrong, but he's not being Dex. I'd be surprised if he actually beat Dex in an actual fair fight. When he says Uncle Phil was on CSI too. You're right. He was. I don't remember what there was so many people that was on CSI. Um so many famous stars. I think both of the dudes from the Vampire Diaries is on there. Sean, Puff Daddy was on there. Nelly was on New York. Kim Kardashian was on a New York one. And Johnson says I like Jonathan, I actually like that show too. And I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan, when I first started watching the show, Chris O'Donnell looked a lot like Stephen Amell for a hot minute. Like if you do like a quick glance, they really do look very similar. Tonya says, "I'd rather have Ava and Xana together." Yeah, I don't get the whole Sarah thing. I don't. He's changing for the wrong person. I don't get it. And people find that to be so romantic, and I'm like, there's nothing romantic about that. Like he's not changing because it's the right thing to do. He's changing for someone else. When you change for someone else, it just doesn't work. Monique says, I would laugh at a woman falling down over nothing when being chased by a serial killer. Nothing to do with the. Oh, okay. That's I was like, what episode is this? Shannon says, sent you and Denny Bear 87 an email. We are going to do a live stream this Saturday more in depth. Oh, you're going to do a live stream this Saturday? Okay. All right. Shannon, you know what time you're actually going to do it? Because I definitely want to sit there and watch. Let me know what time. I said I saw a preview of Bold and the Beautiful, Bold and Steffi vows to still have Sheila put in jail. How she's going to do that unless, yeah, I don't get that either. On as you know, sometimes with Bold, I just feel like some people just get the case of the stupids. Like seriously, Justice is funny. That are you serious, Jonathan? Wow. Johnson says Xander and Gwen are more. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Xander and Gwen are more interesting. Ron, he wasn't a fan of He wasn't a fan of One Tree Hill. I love One Tree Hill. Curry says Willow is slowly going to soften towards Nina. She's going to make Nina work for it. I saw it in Willow's face. She looked like she wanted to cave when Nina. Yeah, yeah, no, I agree with that, Kyrie. I mean, it's not like she doesn't have a heart. They've both been victims of something, and it's what happened to both of them wasn't fair. But it's gonna be a long road. It's gonna be the rest of this year. Okay, she's literally gonna have a whole year to sit there and really do it. Monique says, "Yeah, Monique, he played an arrow. Yep." Double C's, yeah, Alexander and Quinn better than. Yeah, they are. Double C, ride or die. Ride or die. Yes, Daisy Fly. One Tree Hill is my show. Okay. One Tree Hill is my show. I think there's only one episode that I miss. Yes, Jonathan, I'm not going to lie. Back in the day when we used to actually play basketball, every time I would walk to go and play basketball, like to the park and stuff like that, I would think about that theme song. It was just like literally stuck in my head. Yeah, no, I remember, Ron, you said that. Bruce said, better not badmouth my ducky from. I don't even remember him until you just said something. Janice said, looking for who they replace him with. Yeah, it should be interesting. It should definitely be interesting. Yes, no, Cat Lady, that was my show back then. One Tree Hill and Gossip Girl was my show. Um, the good old days. Monique says, I forgot. Esme said, according to the recap I read, says she would. I help you. Remember the woman I used to be to Dante when he gave her his card. Yeah, but you know what, Monique, in some ways, it was like, why would you sit there and help somebody build a case against you? Especially if they don't even remember that. You know, they don't even remember what they did. Would you want me to sit there and call you in case I remember something? No, I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. When she said no, it caught me off guard because I was so used to people saying, "Yeah, I will, whatever." When she was like, "No," it actually turned up the vibe. I was like, "I'm sorry, what did she? What did she just say?" John, Jonathan, do you remember? Do you remember when the dog actually ate Dan? The dog ate Dan's heart. I'm not. I think that was the funniest thing that happened that whole year throughout any show. What's good, Tracy Stevens? Thank you for joining. Why is it? Yes, Jonathan. I'm. Not, I think that actually had me laughing for a whole year. My dude was literally about to get a new heart and everything like that, and it just rolled on the ground. And the dog came up and just ate the heart, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Uh, when he said Twin Peaks was my show, if anybody watched that show, I missed out on that show. I think by then I was so hooked on like the X Files and everything. Oh yeah, he got miraculously cured by God. As in he went to Mexico or some foreign country to get that taken care of. Tracy says, wait, a dog ate. Oh, yeah, no, Tracy, this was One Tree Hill. And to this day, I still find that to be the funniest thing I've seen and ever. Tanya says, I love your black sweater. And are you dating anyone? No, no, I am not. Thank you, Tanya. Oh no, CW, it was hilarious because the look on here's the thing, it was the look on everyone's face, like the paramedics, Dan, um, I think Scott just kind of, I mean, and I think Scott just kind of looked at it like, oh no, Nate just looked at him hmm. Like he knew it was inappropriate to laugh, but I know my boy wanted to laugh so hard. Victoria says, I can see why they were asking him to film the final scene. Nicholas Sterling is heating up, and they change in the character depending on when it happens. We'll just, yeah, I can see that. Now, DJ Flores says Spencer is 22. Oh, so now he's old. Okay, so now he's older than Josh again. They make up their minds on what age they want to sit there and actually have this boy in. He was his young. He was younger than Josh. Now he's okay. All right. Now he's older. Now he's magically older. Yeah, no, Tracy. It's Yeah, no, Tracy. Yeah, we're talking about when uh, Dan was waiting for a transplant with his heart, and a dog came up and ate it. And I got to say that with a straight face. Now, Cheyenne says, "What are your thoughts on artificial intelligence?" And um, I don't know how to pronounce that other word, but I'm fine with artificial intelligence. If it makes my job and my life easier, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, Cheyenne. I don't know what the other word is, though. Johnson says, and Lucas' face after. Oh, yes. I thought it was Nathan. It was Lucas. I forgot that, for a hot minute, because Lucas was only in like maybe the first 4 or 5 seasons, maybe. And then the rest was pretty much just Nate and everyone else. And they just threw in characters they were good characters. So I'll say that. Man, did they have to scramble like there was no tomorrow. Freddie says every time I would see Carly and Drew kiss on screen, it was like kissing cousins, no chemistry at all. They were good just as friends. Carolyn says listen to Gwen, the girl on One Tree Hill. I think I know who you're talking about. He's a musician, right? It's Gavin DeGraw. DeGraw, yeah. Monique says this dog eating a heart sounds like something in the Vampire Diaries. Oh, Monique, every time I hear the Vampire Diaries, it just I love that show so much. Tony D says, I want to see you eat your noodles in one bite. Okay. Lady Flower, he said he was always supposed to be. Yeah, no, he was. He was always supposed to be. Oh, Jonathan, it was season 1 through 6. Okay. Yeah, he was always supposed to be older. Um, he was always supposed to be older. It never really made any sense. Yeah, I don't think I can actually eat that in one bite. The double C's, I wish Dan didn't delete his brother, but Dan got his redemption when he saved Nathan. Yeah, he did. I'm not gonna lie, double C, that episode was crazy. It was so intense that Lucas' mom blamed Lucas for going back in the building to save Peyton. I'm like, this is how you raised your son. You raised him to be an honorable and respectable man. Um, so you can't sit there and blame him for going back inside to saving a life. But that's what she did for a hot minute. Monique says is amazing. The only character on Chase that didn't age was Robin. Yeah, she literally grew up on the show. Monique also Star did too for a hot minute when throughout One Life to Live. Star Manning was literally, and she actually said that she had her first kiss on TV. How crazy is that? Now Kyrie says, "I wish the writers would let Adam and Billy brawl." It seemed like they were going to go there today. I personally don't think that either one of them could fight. Now Johnson says, "Nanny Carey." Oh my God, I remember Nanny Carey was not there. Um, how you doing, VGG? I remember Nanny Carey was trying to chase Nate's son through like the cornfield or whatever. And I think at that point it was just like, what in the hell? Like I think that's when people just kind of couldn't take it seriously anymore. Now CW says, Albert, did you like the Vampire Diaries with or without Elena? Hmm. I liked it throughout this. Like I liked it both ways to be honest. Like with or without her, the show was still good. Let's put it that way. With or without the show. Jamie, thank you. Yeah, when the nanny was not there chasing him through the cornfield, I think some of my friends even at work was like, yeah, see, I can't take this so seriously anymore. But CW, to answer your question, I like it with and without Elena. Because they bring in some really interesting characters. Enzo and the heretics and stuff. Like they oh, God. I'm so angry at the CW, but the seasons definitely got better, except for the last season. The last season and the last villain was just they. Let's put it this way: they should have ended Vampire Diaries on season 7. And I hate saying that, but their baddie for the 8th season was just stupid. I'm glad that he got work as Superman on Superman and Lois. DG Flow says, "Why would he? The actor will probably." Yeah, you know, yes, cat lady, and it's really funny. Stefan was the one that killed Enzo, and just think about this for a minute. When Catherine took the cure to become human, when she took the cure, she aged rapidly, right? And Catherine's like what, like me, 400 something years old. When Stefan took the cure, he must be at least like almost 200 years old. When he took the cure, he was fine. He didn't age as rapidly as Catherine did. It made no sense, but this is what they chose to go with. It's like they literally ignored their own rules. And of course, with Legacy happens, they just kept that going. So that was fun to watch. CW says, "What did you think of Stefan and Carolyn?" It was less. I would sit there and say this about CW. It was less awkward than Carolyn and Alaric. Alaric was pretty much like Carolyn's father at that point. It was just weird. I mean, Bonnie and Damon made more sense if we're going to be honest. Now, Spider Quick says, "I'm so mad they killed Britt off." Monique says, "Just started watching Mayweather Witch, Mayweather or Witches." Hmm. It's hard for me to sit there and get into another supernatural show, Monique. I mean, I'm gonna watch Teen Wolf because I've been watching it since it was on MTV. But yeah, like for me personally, it's like if it's not the Vampire Diaries or anything like vampire related on that show, it's very difficult for me to get into another vampire show. Except for maybe Twilight. Jessica says, "I hate the Kira thing with Vampire Diaries. I wish they had stay vampires." Yeah, I mean, it made some stuff made sense, and other stuff didn't. Like honestly, to tell you the truth, I thought when Rebecca came on Legacies, I thought that she was actually human. Because on the original, she was like, "All right, I'm gonna take the cure, and Marcel's gonna take the cure." And then on Legacies, they're still vampires. And like, so y'all just scrapped that whole cure thing. Y'all just was like, "Nah, it's cool. We're not gonna do the whole baby thing." Which still makes no sense, but whatever. Now, Digiflaw says Lark was a teacher. Yeah, Lark was pretty much everyone's teacher. Was Elena's teacher? Was everybody's teacher? Um, and yet, they're sitting there playing house and raising these twins, and I'm just like, okay, what's good, Samuel? Yeah, Jessica, he was a good character. The problem with Alaric is that the actor that played Alaric, let's put it this way, he didn't actually have such a good pass. Like I heard the dude was kind of racist from what I've read through comments and stuff like that. What's good, Samuel? I don't know how true it is, but I heard that he's not exactly a good person in real life. LCW says I like Carolyn and Matt when they were together. CW, what did you thought of Carolyn and Tyler? Because that was an interesting pairing when you think about it. The dude was a werewolf, she was a vampire. Tony D says Days have been doing supernatural stuff in the 1970s. That's very true. Monique says try watching Interview with the Vampire Diaries on ABC. It's a series based on a movie. I think about it. Monique, there's a couple of shows I still got to get to, but I mean, it's funny, Monique. I was actually going to sit there and watch the Vampire Academy, but then they took off Legacies, and it was just like, yeah, I don't know about that now. Tanya says I like Kristen Demera better than Crazy Susan Banks. Yeah, but Susan Banks is just really there for comedy. She's not really there for like, to be taken seriously. I'm not gonna lie, for a hot minute, Mel, I haven't seen her in the chat. What's good, Mel? For a hot minute, I actually thought that I didn't realize that the same actress was playing two different characters. What's good, Tyrone? Of course you did, Mel. Now, Samuel says, I was not happy with Nina and Carly's confrontation. So, yeah, welcome to the club, Samuel. Welcome to the club. Kira says, I've seen Vampire High. Remember that TV show? No, actually, I don't. I might have to look that up, Traverse. Traverse, I don't remember Vampire High. Is it like a cartoon or something? Did that just like fly over my head? Because I'm usually pretty keen on that stuff. Solomon says Summer didn't seem happy when she found out that Jack stole the necklace. Yeah, she was dumbfounded like there was no tomorrow. And honestly, tell you, she sounded a little kind of stupid too when she discovered that when Jack had the necklace, and Summer was like, "Did you steal my grandmother's necklace?" And all three of them are just looking at her like, "The hell is wrong with her?" Freddie says, "Oh, Sonny and Nina's most definitely gonna milk it to Carly every time." Yeah, I can see that. I can see that too. Monique says, "If Aaliyah hasn't passed." Monique, yeah, I never actually watched that. I never actually watched that movie. I think the only movie I actually watched with her was the movie with her and Jet Li. And I don't remember that movie actually being good. Everyone says Willow went through a lot of bad times when Nina is ready. Oh yeah, I totally understand that. Willow wants no parts of her. I mean, she told her to drop dead. Now it's Nina that has to save Willow's life. So yeah, there's a bit of irony there. Johnson says I can actually see the actor who played Bill on B&B playing a mobster on Jade. That would be interesting. That would be um side question, is there do geese come out at night? Like like the birds, like do geese come out at night? 'Cause I just heard a flock of them by my window, which is like the hell is that about? Mel says I was happy. Will told Sonny. Yeah, that was a great scene. No, cat lady, geese. Like the birds or whatever, the geese. I heard a whole flock of them just at my window. Oh, okay, all right, Becky D. Okay. Well, cat lady, if it's not ghosts, then it's usually UFOs. Because that's the new thing now. As I hear, is sometimes I see that stuff. Well, I only saw it once. Tony D's in the chat. Tony D says, I hate to say I feel bad for Nina when she looked at Willow and says, well, Tony D, you have a much more compassionate heart than me. Because she calls all that mess like, oh, okay. That's not good, Becky D. I don't want no damn storm coming my way. And I just saw geese fly off too, so that's awesome. Tyrone says, yeah, but if they hook Willow out with, Tyrone, it would be interesting because we would actually have to see, we would have to see Molly again at this point. Yeah, because Cat Lady, that's the thing now. I mean, it only happened once, but it's weird. I have this weird feeling that it may happen more than once. Like I feel like that may not be the last time I see that. Freddie says Aaliyah's birthday today. Actually, oh, really? I didn't know. I didn't know it was today. I had no idea. 20D only for today, Albert. Yeah, I never know what I'm going to sit there and see at my window. But I haven't seen that cat. I don't know if anyone remembers. I used to sit there and feed this stray cat. Um, Oddly, I still have cat food, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that. Hmm. I didn't know it was today though. Solomon says, "How would you feel if Billy and Chelsea got together and Jill would start feuding with Chelsea?" I mean, Billy and Chelsea do share Sarah's son. They used to actually, be together. I don't, the thing is, I don't really know the history though. That's the thing. I've only been watching it for about a year, so it's very hard to tell. But I can see though. Honestly, tell you the truth, the problem, Solomon, is that Chelsea isn't all there. Like mentally, she's just not all there, and she really shouldn't be messing with anyone if you're going to be honest. Solomon says, "I just feel like the writers from GH, past and present, protect the characters of Carly too much. How can she be the only one to do wrong with no consequences?" Well, yeah, but how much consequences did Nina really? You know what? You kind of have a point. You kind of have a point. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and defend. I'm not going to sit there and defend a character by throwing in another character. So you got a point. You got a point, Samuel. You do. I'm like I'm. Sat there was like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, Becky D, you're right. You're right. And also, now I'm sitting there thinking about it. I got to be careful going out at night, feeding like the cats and stuff like that, in on my backyard because I forgot that raccoons like the prowl and stuff like that as well. I haven't seen a cat lady. I haven't seen a cat. Monique says, "Aren't Molly and TJ dating?" Yeah, they are. In real life, they are. Melanie says, "I was not surprised that Bonnie." Actually, I was. I mean, granted, when she started talking, it made sense, but I was dumb. I mean, she wanted to punch the dude in the stomach and send him to jail and everything. And now, out of nowhere, I mean, it's literally a 180. It made sense when she explained it, but it was still a 180 though. Yeah, no, Tyrone, they are. They're dating in real life. Now, Tanya says, "I vote Team Billy and Victoria." They were a thing for a while, I heard. And then, of course, Victor was like, "Nah, I don't like that." So he brung in Chelsea. I would have liked to see those things. Chelsea is, hmm, she's pretty. She's beautiful. Kelly says, "They'll be fine. Raccoons only come and eat leftovers all the time. They're allowed." Yeah, no, that's true. But sometimes, like, it's very dark, you know, in my backyard. And I should tell you the truth. You know what it is, cat lady? I saw a video of this, like, I guess raccoon that had like rabies or whatever that attacked a little girl, and her mother had to come and pretty much save her. Like this thing was just wild and was just going after. Um, yeah, exactly, Becky D. Once I saw that video of a raccoon going after somebody, I was like, nah, those things are way too bold. Mel said I've come face to face with a raccoon when I opened the door, right? Oh no, 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 no. Now Tanya says you are wearing gray sweatshirts and gray sweatpants. Oh, okay, yeah, Jessica, that's what was, yeah. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, Next time I go outside and start feeding cats, I'm gonna do that in the daytime. Um, I don't know, Tanya. I've never actually, I never actually timed it before. What do you mean, Tanya? You mean like a what ASMR kind of video? Is that what kind of video you're asking me about? Yeah, that's crazy, Jessica. You saw the same video, but yeah, that no, 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 no. Exactly, Kyrie. So I said the same thing. I was like, nah, she don't need to be dating anybody. Um, that is the last thing that she needs to be doing. Mel says Gwen should not have been over Xander. Well, yeah, but here's the thing though. We knew that was gonna happen. The minute that they started really convincing Sarah to forgive her, I knew it was so obvious. It was so obvious. And it's funny, that I say that, Tanya, because I don't know if people can see it. I'll show it tomorrow, but I got a new microphone. Um, and I thought about doing like ASMRs and stuff like that since I got a new. Oh, okay. Hmm. I might be open to doing that one day. I don't think I'm gonna do it right now, but I mean, it would be kind of a weird video. Well, actually, I take that back. It's not any weirder than any of my other past videos. So yeah, Monique says I see somebody in the chat wants you to do more than chat. Hey, listen, I don't mind accommodating that. I don't mind accommodating that. Like I said, it's funny because I got a new mic over there. Oh, that's good. I'll show everyone real quick. I'm not gonna actually pick it up the box. I know it's kind of upside down, but oh, Valerie, that is funny. And she is actually right about that. But Anya says, I want to see you eat your noodles in one bite. uh, okay, hold on. I like Luke and Laura. I mean, like I said, Tanya, it wouldn't be out the question. I definitely would sit there and try to do an ASMR. But I want to see how it's done though, so I can actually do it right. Because I've seen people do ASMRs like food and stuff like that, and I would sit there and say this much: some videos that is considered like ASMRs are really just softcore. You know what? I don't get them, but when I see some of them, I'm just like, yo, this has nothing to do with helping people go to sleep. Um, really, Jessica? Hmm. It's supposed to help you relax. Cat like it's supposed to help you relax. It's supposed to help you sleep. It's supposed to be very calming and soothing. But some people, their version of ASMRs are just pretty much adult content. Let's just be real. Okay, that's literally what it is. Don't get me wrong. Okay, it's not like something I haven't done before. Of course, it was much more adult, but I always find that stuff funny when people sit there and say, "I'm gonna do ASMRs." It's just like, no, come on. Let's be honest. We all know what you're really doing. Okay, we you didn't get all those high views because it really relaxed a lot of people. Spider Quick says we all know what you guys do to those. Exactly, exactly, Spider Quake. Exactly. Now, Cat Lady says I sleep with the rain and thunder sounds. No, that's a little bit different though. You know, those videos are a little bit different. Jessica says, "Nah, I've seen people with millions of views doing regular stuff." I love it. I love how Jessica sits there and says, views doing regular stuff with LOL in there. But I mean, there's some videos where they have like sound of like wind and thunder and like water and like the ocean and stuff like that. That really does help people calm down and sleep and stuff. Then there's other things that people do that's I mean, come on. Like Chris says, I don't watch AMSRs ever. Yeah, I'm just saying we're adults, okay? Let's just because I've seen sand, soap, and ice. Hmm. I can see how all of them. Yes, cat lady. Yes, cat lady. Exactly. Hey, I ain't knocking it. Okay. Just saying, there's just times where it's like I don't feel like turning on my tablet, and I don't feel like grabbing one of my videos. And since I'm on YouTube anyway, eh, why not? Now, Kyrie says the writers better not disappoint with poor six. Kyrie, I was saying that earlier. I was like, you know what? I'm keeping my expectations low on that one. Exactly, Monique. It's funny too because it's like she does it with an emoji, but people actually do that though. Like that's literally. Now, Daisy Flowers says, I never understood the use of ASMRs. It's supposed to help people relax, um, help people sleep, calm their nerves and stuff like that. Um, that's what it's supposed to be for. And the term ASMR, they actually do stand for something. What does it actually stand for? Anytime phone, anytime. What does ASMR stand for?
Here's the definition of ASMR: a feeling of well being combined with a tingling sensation in the scalp and down the back of the neck, as experienced by some
Okay,
people in response.
okay, you're not. Okay. Well, there's a bunch of acronyms for that. Daisy Flower says that makes okay. But yeah, I mean, in reality, Daisy Flower is just supposed to sit there and relax people. It's like soft music to help people go to sleep. Yeah, no, I know, I get it. But yes, no, Cat Lady, yeah, it's some of that stuff can definitely be research material. That's not what it's supposed to be for. Or at least that wasn't the intentions. But since Tanya wasn't there asking about it, that's why I bring up the whole mic, which is right there. Okay, cool. That's why Quick says Willow and Nina and Kiki are sisters. Hippie says, wow. Oh, okay. You're talking about that. Okay. Well, this was a hell of a lot of fun. Truly, 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 truly was. We started off with soaps. We talked about the Vampire Diaries. Oh, did you? Okay, yeah, automatic sensory meditation response. Yeah, that's what it's originally supposed to be for. It's just supposed to help people like sleep and relax and stuff. Oh yeah, cat lady. It helps me sleep like a log. Like, and then it's extremely hard for me to wake up. But yes, but yeah, no, Daisy Fly. That was the original intent of it. It's just supposed to help people sleep. It's just like anything else. They take things and then they use it towards other different things. Put it that way. Now Tony D says, shouldn't Spencer worry about raising? You would think so, Tony D, but you guys have to remember something that Spencer is rich and he's always going to have people look out for him. So raising himself, hmm, have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. It was great seeing you in the chat as always. Yeah, these live streams, they definitely just the conversations. I love it. 1 minute we're talking about one thing, next we're talking about ASMRs and the true meaning behind them. But yeah, so with that being said, thank you, Tyrone. With that being said, I'm gonna go. Oh, you were saying bye to somebody else. With that being said, I think I'm gonna sit there and end the live stream here. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This was so much fun. Thank you, Daisy Flower. Have a good night, Daisy Flower. Have a good night, Jonathan. Um, have a good night to each one of my members. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you so much. You are a rock star. Um, have a good night, Jessica. Cat Lady. Tanya D says, what can you eat in one whole bite? I have to, you know what, Tanya D, I can eat one thing in a whole bite, maybe, but I don't know if I actually should sit there and say what it is. I may say that for a future ASMR. Have a good night, Victoria, Jessica, Valerie, Daisy Flower, um, Becky D. Yeah, Jessica, I think you kind of have an eye. uh, I love what I do. I really do. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I look forward to seeing each and every single one of y'all tomorrow back so we can do this again and we can clearly see wherever this conversation is going to take us because I definitely did not see this this turn. Thank you, Hippie. Yes, hit the like button. It definitely does help. It really does help. If you on the way out, hit the like button. I want to thank you everyone for joining. I want to thank my members for just being members, for supporting the channel. And yeah, if you're ever on your laptop or a desktop or you have an Android and you want to join, we do a lot of live streams. I'm going to be doing that a lot more as well for the members. And we have a lot of fun. So yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tony D. Thank you, CW. Blackmon, Hippie, Valerie, Dee Dee, um, Samuel, Isaiah, Jonathan, Dolly, Becky D. Thank you so much. Thank you, Becky D. My rock star. Thank you so much. Blackmon says this is a future after dark. Yes. See, Blackmon, this is why we rock together. This is why we rock together. Thank you. And thank you again, Becky D. Thank you, my rock star. You are truly awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Be safe, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. And I think at this point, everyone knows what time it's going to be. Renee's in the chat says, I'm going to need Curtis to keep that same energy for Joe. I 100% agree, Renee. I feel kind of bad because you just came on and I'm just about to sit there and end the live stream. But I will be back tomorrow though. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you again, Becky D. Thank you again, Kyrie's. Thank you to all my members. And yeah, I'll see everyone in tomorrow's live stream. And Tonya, thank you, Tanya.